Today, we're diving into a massive controversy that blew up at India's biggest tech showcase, and it raises some really tough questions about the country's entire AI ambition.
So picture this. The stage is set for India to show off just how far it's come in artificial intelligence, a field that is absolutely critical for its future. This was supposed to be a huge moment of national pride, a real glimpse into homegrown innovation.
Because what was meant to be this huge celebration of Indian tech, well, it completely unraveled online, and it turned into a pretty wild cautionary tale. Okay, so our story really kicks off at the Galgotia's university stall. Right there, amidst all the buzz of the summit, a professor from the university makes this truly groundbreaking announcement to a national broadcaster. And the claim was just stunning. Not only had the university supposedly poured over 350 crores into AI, but according to this professor, they had also built this super advanced robotic dog and a unique drone system. All of it entirely in-house, a massive leap forward for Indian tech. Or so it seemed. But you know how it is, we live in the age of the internet. And after that video went public, it really didn't take long for internet detectives to start digging. And what they found? Well, the contrast here is just night and day. Online investigators almost immediately identified the original products. The in-house robot was actually a Unitree Go 2, a Chinese robot you can buy online for a few $1,000s. And that drone, a Stryker V3 from Korea. As you can probably guess, this revelation triggered an absolute firestorm. The story just exploded online, forcing the summit organizers, the university, and even government officials into full-on damage control mode. All right, so let's get into the aftermath, because honestly, the way the university responded is almost as revealing as the initial claim itself. The fallout was fast, and it was messy. The original video? Poof, it vanished. A celebratory tweet from the union minister was quietly deleted. The story even got picked up internationally, with outlets like China Pulse having a field day mocking it. And then came reports that Galgotias had been kicked out of the summit entirely. Then came the official statement from the university, and in it, they flat out denied ever making the claim. They said they just bought the robot to be a walking classroom, something to inspire students. They said, nope, we never, ever claimed we built it. But here's where the story gets even better. The public had the receipts. The video was everywhere. The denial from the university was so completely at odds with what the professor said that X, formerly Twitter, slapped a community note on their post, bluntly calling them out for lying. So, it's easy to look at this and just think, wow, what an embarrassing mistake by one university. But this incident really points to some much bigger pressures happening inside India's entire tech and education world. So why would a university do this? Well, it's a symptom of what you might call the innovation imperative. There's this enormous pressure to look like you're on the cutting edge, and sometimes that leads people to focus more on the appearance of progress rather than the actual difficult work of making it happen. This whole thing kind of peels back the curtain on a deeper issue, a real dependency on foreign technology. Look at this Bloomberg report, for instance. It noted that a massive plan by Reliance Industries to build lithium-ion batteries got held up because they couldn't get the key technology they needed from China. It's a really widespread challenge. So if you can't just buy some cutting-edge tech and call it your own, what's the real solution here? Well, it all boils down to one incredibly important thing: real investment in research and development. To really get a sense of the scale of the challenge India is facing, all we have to do is look at the hard numbers. So let's follow the money. Get this. In 2024, China spent nearly 10 times more on research and development than India did. That's not just a small gap, that's a chasm. And this chart really puts it all into perspective. Now, India's investment has grown, which is definitely good news, but it is still just completely dwarfed by its global competitors. You've got both the US and China spending over $780 billion compared to India's roughly $76 billion. So at the end of the day, the whole Galgotia's incident, as embarrassing as it was, really serves as a powerful wake-up call. True technological leadership, the kind that India is really striving for, it requires deep, sustained, and serious investment in actual research. There really are no shortcuts. And all of this leaves us with a final, pretty provocative thought. For India to truly become the tech superpower it wants to be, it has to decide which path it's really on.
One that relies on showcasing imported tech, or one that truly commits to the hard, expensive work of growing its own? The entire future of its AI ambition really depends on that choice.